Welcome to the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. Get ready to be inspired, uplifted, and connected to the miraculous energy of unconditional love that I call Mother Mary. If you're a highly sensitive, highly creative entrepreneur or light worker, and you want to magnify your impact and your intuition, you are in the right place. I'm your host, Reverend Frances Faden, interfaith minister, intuitive coach, and author of Meditation is Friendship with God. I can't wait to share miraculous stories, books, meditations, messages, and interviews with other miraculous light workers just like you. Are you ready to magnify your miracles? What are we waiting for? Let's get started. Hello, my miraculous friend. This is Reverend Frances Faden, and I just wanted to jump on quickly before this episode begins to let you know some amazing news, which is that my store is finally up. That means that you can now find your favorite meditations from the podcast. I've had them edited down so you don't have to go through all the beginning and everything. The 4 most popular ones are now available on my store, and I'm going to be adding more to those as time goes on. So you can go to francesfaden.com/store, and they're there for you. You can purchase them and have them with you, and you don't have to listen to the beginning and end of the podcast. And these are the most popular ones. And again, I will be adding to these, and I'm going to be recording ones specifically just to be available on the store. So check it out. Let me know what you think, and thank you so, so much. Hello, my miraculous friend, and welcome to another episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. This is Reverend Frances Faden, and I am so grateful that we get to spend this time helping you to magnify your miracles. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, which is your intuition, and the one word that will shut it down so fast. And I don't want that to happen to you, so we're going to dive into this. But before we do that, let's take a deep breath together. This is just to get ourselves grounded and centered and allow ourselves to not only hear this message, but to start to get in touch with our own intuition. And breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. And knowing that whatever you need to hear is exactly what you're going to hear today, let's take one more deep breath in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my friend. Well, welcome once again. We are going to be helping you today with the one word that really disconnects you from your intuition. And I'm going to share this with you. For those of you who have been listening to my podcast, if you've been working with me, you know that the thing that I do as an interfaith minister, as an energy coach, I support highly sensitive, highly creative women, especially entrepreneurs, people who are here on the planet as light workers, to help them connect. And connection is kind of my superpower. I help people connect with their energy. I help them connect with their purpose, and I help them connect with spirit. And all of that is about connecting with your intuition as well, your own inner guidance. All of that is within you. But if you use this particular word that I'm going to share with you, you can feel cut off from all 3 of those things. You can feel cut off from your energy, you can feel cut off from your purpose, and you can totally feel disconnected from spirit. And what is that word? The word is should. Should, S-H-O-U-L-D. And you might be saying, what? What do you mean by that? And let me tell you, because our consciousness, our mind, our spirit responds to the words that we use and responds to our vibration. And the word should has a very specific meaning and vibration to it. Now, let me take a step back. And before I go into that vibration, let me tell you a little bit about how intuition works and how you're wired, especially if you're a highly sensitive person or even an empath. You need to feel what's right for you. Your guidance is going to come that way. Now, you might be a very visually oriented person. Like for me, I started out being a little bit more claircognizant, meaning I didn't know and then I knew. Claircognizant means clear knowing, and answers would just drop into my mind. And I'd be like, oh, I didn't know and now I knew. And from that and working with the way that I was wired, then my clairvoyance started to come, my ability to see, my ability to hear. And now it kind of all happens at the same time. So when people ask me like, are you clairvoyant? Are you clairaudient? I'm clairsentient, all of it. It's happening all at the same time because that's really how your senses work. But I'm not hearing it as if like the voice of God is coming down and saying, go to the supermarket and go buy mangoes. Like it doesn't happen like that. I mean, sometimes I should take it back. Every now and then it does happen like that. But mostly what's happening is it's a feeling, it's an impression, it's an experience. Intuition is really an experience. You're seeing, hearing, feeling all at the same time, and it gives you an impression, it gives you an experience that conveys a message for you. It conveys an energy. And so intuition is really the language of energy, which is why I love working with energy. And then you have to translate that and you have to interpret that. Well, the problem is that if you ask yourself, you ask your own higher self and you ask the universe like, oh, what is the right best thing for me? Is it this or this? Would it be better for me to move here or there? And the question I like to ask is, where's the energy? Where's my energy? And where's the universe kind of showing me where the energy is? But what most of us do is we ask the question, what should I do? I get this question asked to me all the time. People ask me, Reverend Francis, what should I do? And the word should is not connected to your intuition. It's going to take you out of your body. It's going to take you out of your heart, and it's going to put you in your head. And you know why? Because should is based on other people's expectations. Babies are not born with shoulds. Babies are born doing what they do. And they keep doing what they do until society, their parents, their teachers, whoever, tells them that they should do something else. And so what happens is you're going along and you're a little one and you're following your energy and you're doing what feels good and what feels fun. And then wham, you run into some disapproval of somebody telling you, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. So the word should is really about external expectations and somebody else's rules. Someone else's rules. This is why it's going to cut you off from your intuition, because intuition isn't about rules. Intuition is about how you feel. Intuition is about the guidance that you're experiencing in your body, in your energy. So important to remember that. And if you think about it, what are the things that we say when we say, follow your gut, right? Well, what do we call that? It's like, I have a gut feeling. You don't have a gut thought, do you? We don't have gut thoughts. We have gut feelings. We rarely use the word thought when we're talking about intuition. People will say, well, how do you know? I just had a feeling. I had a hunch. What's a hunch? You don't ever have somebody saying, I was thinking a really good hunch today. No, it doesn't work that way. A hunch is a combination of feeling and energy at the same time. It's like this energy that you feel, and it's like, Now there might be a thought that comes with it, but initially you don't experience it as a thought. You're experiencing it as an energy message. People don't talk about energy messages. I love talking about energy messages. This is what I do is I translate people's energy all day long. We're getting messages as energy all day long. When you put that word should in there, you've just left your body. You've just left all your senses. You've just left the area of your heart. And now you're thinking. And I've been talking to a lot of people lately who've been asking, oh, should I start my own business? Should I look for another consulting job? And you can feel that they're just going back and forth in their mind and they can't tell what to do. And they're not going to be able to tell what to do because they're thinking. And your intuition isn't going to come through your thinking mind. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get a download. Like I get downloads and it's like, boom, I didn't know, but then I knew. But when I ask myself the question, what should I do? I don't get downloads. Because should is about who's going to approve of this. It's an approval word. It's a word that's built around rules. So the next time, my friend, you think about, and you're in that place of should, recognize that you're automatically not in your intuition. This is why it's so hard to know what to do, because you can't feel it. You're never going to feel the should. The most that you will feel is perhaps less guilty or less, if you're coming from obligation. You might feel a lessening of that, of like, well, if I do the thing that's going to make my mom happy, at least I don't have to feel bad about not making my mom happy. And that's not intuition. That's conditioning. Doesn't matter. It's okay. We all do it. All of us do it. But if you can catch yourself at the start, if you can catch yourself with that word should, that lets you know, oh, wait a minute. This isn't my guidance. Now, there might be times where you don't want to come from your guidance. And if that's the truth, go ahead. But if you're listening to this podcast, I'm going to guess that you're somebody who wants to feel more connected to your intuition, more connected to your energy, more connected to spirit, more connected to your purpose. You want to feel connected. When we're connected, that's when the miracles start happening because we're in that divine flow. You want to stay connected to your body. Your body knows. It knows whether something feels good or does not feel good. And if you're thinking about, should I do this? Should I do that? Take a moment and take a breath. Put your hand on your heart or your hand on your belly. And then feel into it. Rather than asking should, say, how does it feel when I think about starting my own business? And then how does it feel if I'm thinking about getting another job or working as a consultant or whatever it might be that you're thinking of doing? How does it feel? It's a gut feeling. It's not a gut thought. It's a gut feeling. You got to go with how you feel. That's the most important thing. So to keep that intuition flowing, my friend, let go of that word as best as you can. And start asking I'm going to ask myself from now on, how does it feel? Now, sometimes we can be so afraid and we can be so caught in our heads that we just can't tell. And you know what's usually happening then? Your heart chakra and your second chakra are probably not working so well. When our feeling centers, our two of the three main feeling centers that we have are what I call offline, you can't feel it. And that's where working with somebody like me comes in, where I can help you get, open those centers back up, help you get out of your head, back into your body, back into your own energy. So you can work with a body worker, you can work with an energy practitioner, somebody that's going to help you feel again. And, you can go for a walk. That's a beautiful thing to do. Whenever I feel a little bit stuck, I go for a walk because the simple act of walking changes your energy. It changes my energy, puts me in a different frequency. And the thing that people don't realize about your energy is you can change it like that. You can change it like that. When you know how your energy is wired, then when you change it, you're not just changing it, you're changing it to get back into the frequency of your own unique frequency, which is when you start to feel like yourself again, like, there I am. There I am. I feel myself again. I feel my energy. I feel my guidance. So I would love to know if this resonates with you. One of my very first, I'm just trying to think, was she a coach or a teacher, used to say, don't should on yourself. And I used to love that phrase because shoulding really is putting this heaviness on you that you don't really want. If you wanted it, you wouldn't say should. You would say, I want to do this. I should do this. Should has a heavy vibration to it. So please stop shoulding on yourself and allow yourself to start feeling what feels good. And if you do find yourself caught between two things that don't really feel good and you're trying to, figure it out, ask yourself if there's a third option. Ask yourself, is there a better way? Is there a way that this might feel good? Is there a way for me to take care of myself and do this thing so that I feel better? Because we need to feel better on a regular basis. Your body heals when you feel better. Your mind is open to the universe when you feel better. And I'm not talking about deliriously happy. I'm just talking about frequencies of energy. You know when you feel a little bit better. I feel better after I eat in the morning. I feel better after I go for a walk. I feel amazing after I record this podcast. Why? Because these are all things that nurture me and connect me back in with my body and my soul and my spirit and my energy and my purpose. I love all of those things. Pay attention, my friend, to the things that make you feel good and pay close attention to the things that make you feel bad. Try to minimize the things that make you feel bad. Try to magnify the things that make you feel good, and you will be well on your way to magnifying your miracles. I would love to know if this resonated with you and what the things are that you're doing to help yourself feel good. And if you're willing to make the commitment to let go of the shoulds. Always remember, my friend, the key to magnifying your miracles is that your miracle is knowing your miracle's already here. And your miracle's already here because the universe loves you more than you can imagine. And let that sink in, my friend. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. I'm so grateful to be able to spend this time with you. If you want even more inspiration, feel free to visit my website, francisfaden.com or magnifyyourmiracles.com. And if you did enjoy this episode, I would really appreciate it if you left a review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever it is that you connect with awesome podcasts. Remember, the key to magnifying your miracles is remembering that your miracle is already here.